Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Assembly. I've got a shortened lunch break today, and so we're just going to be doing a quick half-hour session with a really straightforward goal. Guillermo the Kid here is going to be heading up to the north because there's a bunch of sheds up here that all contain materials. And we need materials to upgrade our workshop. So we're not going after any plague hearts or anything. Right now, all we're focusing on is upgrading our capacity to fight plague hearts, and that means upgrading our workshop, getting access to all the best equipment. So actually, let's start in this rickety old barn because it also has ammo on offer, and ammo is another thing that we're fairly light on. So I'm here in my Brogan Trekker, got a lot of cargo capacity, and Guillermo is not my most sort of skilled and practiced character, but that's fine. I think this is actually this sort of supply run where he's not explicitly going out to attack anyone. This kind of supply run is actually a really good sort of training thing for him to do. He can run around, he can get into some smaller fights, he can build up his skills. Particularly his stamina needs to be built up. I think that he's got a trait that reduces his stamina. So, yeah, so hopefully this will be good for him, it'll be good for the community, and everything will work out beautifully. Hello, Steve-O. Always good to see you in the chat. And of course, Raneth Court is here. I said of course, because I was like, apparently I was starting to pronounce Raneth Court at the same time that I was saying of course. Let's take care of the nearby zombies. Dang! That one was taking their time to die. Let's remind ourselves about this character. So he was a news camera operator, which I think gave him some initial shooting. Yeah, it probably gave him some initial shooting because, you gotta be able to aim. He has nightmares, and that reduces his stamina because he can't sleep at night. And he's panicky, so his morale is low. Great, he's gonna start fights with people because he's freaking out all the time. So we are trying to keep our morale as high as we can using facilities. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, dang it. There we go. All right, it's not going perfectly, but that's fine. But yeah, so we do have at our base a bunch of facilities that are all contributing to making our morale as high as we possibly can to prevent those conflicts from happening. We've cleaned the toilets recently. I don't know if we've... Oh yeah, so we just had a siege, actually. Between sessions we had a siege. So I think it's okay if we mix a round of drinks, use some of our ethanol, or let's not use the ethanol. Let's actually just play some games together, raise our morale a little bit. It'll raise threat, but I think that isn't going to matter right now because we just barely had a siege. So Zedric is amused by the fact that Guillermo the Kid wears a pumpkin head mask. Yeah, so Guillermo, he's got a lot of negative traits which make him fun, but I really, one of the reasons I liked him was because of his outfit. He's got this black leather jacket, that's his baseline outfit. That isn't an outfit that I put on him. And I wanted to give him a hat that just made it pop. And also, he's got the same face as my leader. So I also wanted to sort of obscure that. So that's why he ended up with the pumpkin head mask. Oh, Steve-O wants to know what sidearm I've got. This is the PPQ M2. So I've only got 16 bullets for it, but I'm not actually planning on getting into any big fights. That's for like emergencies. I've also got some fuel bombs in case of emergencies. I do want to keep Guillermo alive, and Guillermo on his own is not very well qualified to stay alive. So I'm giving him every chance. But I'm going to try to avoid wasting bullets if I can. Oh, great. I was also trying to go quickly, and that didn't work. All right, so some more zombies will be on their way. Might as well get down here to meet them. And also, I forgot, I've got a rucksack on my back, which is not very good for scavenging additional rucksacks. So let's put this away, put away other things that can't be stacked. There we go. Do I have an outpost in this area? Not really. So maybe I should actually not be grabbing quite as many things. Like, I'm going to fill up the trunk of this car before I've even got all the materials I want. Okay, looks like we've got 2 more containers I haven't found yet. Ah, they're down. I think, yeah, they're downstairs. I felt like I saw an icon. Oh, there's one. Hey there, V-Falcon. And Wrath of Vaden and DNA. Oh, hey, DNA. Yeah, I'm glad that you were able to catch me live. It's, yeah, I know I stream at kind of an odd time. A lot of people stream in the evening when everybody's off work. But, you know, I've got a lot of responsibilities and stuff with my kids in the evening. And so it's much easier, actually, for me to stream during the day, during breaks from work. So that's what I'm doing. I'm glad you're able to catch me. So Cogs wants to know if we do ever allow players to salvage backpacks, what would the return value be? You know, it could be a lot of things. So I don't think I could really accurately answer that. So basically, yeah, Cogs is picking up on the fact that we have talked about the possibility of letting players salvage more different things. Not just weapons, but other items that could get excessive, rather than making you sell them, which can sometimes be onerous because you have to actually transport them, you know, someplace in your inventory rather than just consuming them in your supply locker. And so we haven't made any promises about that, and so I can't give you specifics because we you know, we don't have the specifics to offer. But yeah, I mean, it could be, you know, something like a backpack that's as generic as a backpack. It could be, really, I'm getting caught on a, oh, get off. It could be as simple as just parts, you know, I imagine parts would probably be our default for almost anything, unless it's got, you know, unless there's some specific thing that makes more sense than parts. But that's just me speaking off the cuff. I'm not telling you about any specific plan that we have. I'm very curious what's likely to be in this box. So let's deal with these zombies real quick. Anybody else? We are near a plague heart, so we got to be a little cautious. So Steve-O says somebody's been watching Sunny games. Yeah, Sunny has been jumping the gun a little bit lately. He took a very, very vague quote from me recently. Where I was just basically responding positively to something that a player was suggesting, and I'd say, yeah, we thought about that. You know, we've got, you know, tentative plans to move the game in this way or that. You know, that no specific promises because we haven't done it yet. But you know, here's some ideas. And Sonny puts a thumbnail together that says "New mode confirmed for State of Decay," and I'm like, what are you talking about? Because in the video, in the actual body of the video, you know, he fully quotes me, and it's really clear that I'm not making any promises about new modes to the game. But that thumbnail really, really pushed the boundaries. Okay, what the heck? Let's deal with this. All right. Anyway. Well, it could be that, you know, originally I was thinking that my big problem was going to be not having enough inventory space, but actually I think that there's a decent chance this character just runs out of steam before I even fill up the inventory. So yeah, my inventory is totally full now. And I mean, yeah, I think I can afford to pick up one more rucksack and more stackable items, and that's basically it. So let me... Okay, so there's a garage up here. So yeah, let's head up to this garage, grab one more materials rucksack, and I guess we'll head back home after that, and maybe make a second trip. But maybe with a different character, because Guillermo here is just so completely infected. What? What was that? There was a character in here with me? Dang it. I did not want to be using cure. Because, hold on one second. I feel like, is something a little off? Yes. Okay. So in order to get the thumbnails for my last video, I reduced the field of view. And that's part of what made it difficult for me to see that character.
for now. As long as that plague.
All right, well, now I definitely have an urgent reason to go home. I'm going to be blasting through my meds and samples, though. I keep getting characters infected, and that's a problem. Okay, that's kind of the one thing I can grab. Let's leave the rest of this here. Let's get this guy home. I guess I don't need to go all the way home. I can pick up a cure from an outpost and then still come back more quickly, because I do have limited time today. I've only got about 20 more minutes before I need to go to a meeting. So I'll want to make this go as quickly as I can. So let's just go to an outpost, get some cure from home, fix this guy up, and then come back out again and try to get some more rucksacks. Sarah O0, I don't know how to say your name, Sarah. Sarah asks if we have any plans to improve the stash in the future. I assume by that you mean like the supply locker, the place in your base where you accumulate things for your community. We do have ideas for how we can improve that. Players have been asking us for a long time to give them better ways to keep track of all their stuff, particularly when they have a very, very long-term community. They can accumulate a ton of things, and that it can be very difficult to sort of keep up with something, with an array of items that's that huge. And so, so we have been thinking of ways that we can improve that situation, though. I'm not going to give you any specifics on that. And Sunny, don't make an entire video about me making this vague suggestion. But yes, we have recognized that actually the supply locker being just sort of becoming a bottomless pit full of endless things to weed through for a lot of long-term players. That is a problem that we recognize, that we want to do something about. So without making any specific promises, that we are on the same page. We know that would be a very, very useful thing to do. So let me pop these things into my backpack. Drop this rucksack in the trunk. So, okay, I can grab 3 more rucksacks of materials, which actually might be about the number of rucksacks of materials that are available up in the Northwest. So this might be fortuitous. So we'll drop these guys off. And now I'm ready to go. Oh, I mean, while we're here. Oh, wait, this is a note. Screw that. So, Cogs is suggesting a feature we're not doing. Says that he wants characters basically to recognize other characters' backpacks. Saying that people should have their names inscribed inside of them, so that when you sell a backpack to an NPC enclave, they recognize that you took it off the dead body of someone they know, and they can get angry with you about it. Oh, my car got smoky from that, but I don't care. Hitting a pharaoh with a car is rare and special enough to be worth it. Coalition asks what I think the chances are that we will improve the Warlord boon in a way that it offers more interesting weapons. I think there's a chance, and this is actually this is one of the things that Sonny made his big clickbaity video about. I do think there's a good chance that we're going to improve the boon system at some point. I can't make any specific promises about that, because we could explore some ideas and find out they don't work. And the last thing I want to do is make a promise that we can't keep. But I would not be surprised if we did. Wait, what am I going? If we did improve the boon system at some point, which would mean sort of relooking at all of the boons and deciding if we think they're balanced, if we think they're appropriate. And so I don't know if we would specifically look at the Warlord boon as it stands now and say, yes, we need to improve specifically the array of weapons that's available. Dang it. But we could easily just look at that boon as a whole and say, this boon isn't working. What else can we do? So I don't know. There's a range of possibilities. Or maybe we'll do exactly what you're suggesting. Look at it and say, oh yeah, it should keep doing the same thing, but with better weapons. And that would be cool too. But I'm just saying there's a range of possibilities, and I don't know. I don't think it wouldn't make sense for me to specifically endorse just that one approach.
I restocked for you. You're welcome.
All right, so there is a screamer around here somewhere. There they are. Dang it. Okay, fine. I couldn't get my crosshair on it before it went around the corner. Dang it! I was trying so hard to hit it before it did that. Man, I really miss the gunslinging power that I had a couple of my other characters. Okay, well, that blood screamer just fired something off, and so who knows what kind of bloaters might be showing up now. However, we do have another garage here. So I'm just gonna take the chance. And I'm not taking any chances with plague zombies. I don't want to get bit again. V Falcon is pointing out that my blades are taking way too long to kill zombies. There is a pretty wide variance amongst different blades. Some of them are much better at insta-killing zombies than others. That's their lethality stat. So this one actually has a fairly high lethality stat, but lethality is also affected. Whereas if I switch to this comma, it would have a much lower lethality. But lethality is also affected by your skills, and my fighting skill is pretty low. If I specialized in blades, I believe that I could raise the lethality. Ooh, resourcefulness. Increased carrying capacity. Well, given everything I've been doing here, that actually seems pretty good. So yeah, I can carry deeper stacks of consumables. That'll be nice. Oh, but I didn't. Okay, come in here. Let's fight you. I think I didn't actually find a materials rucksack in there, like I'd expected to. That surprises me.
Can't be far away.
Well, let's go to the next spot. Oh, great. No, get off. Dang it. At least I've got a mechanic now. So I can actually fix my cars instead of just panicking when they get in bad shape, abandoning them.
That's a lot of stuff.
Looks like we've got a lot of suggestions coming in from La Coalición about different ways that we could improve the existing set of boons, and that's actually that's really valuable because it's funny when we were designing the boon system, the boon that I always kept suggesting that my example of this is the kind of thing that we're gonna have as boons in the game was always the builder boon. It was the first one I thought of, and it was very this is what we're gonna do. For instance, whenever I would describe the boon system, I'd always say, for instance, you could have a boon from a builder that means you always get free power and water, and that would be my example. And the problem is that I never actually came up with examples for the other ones. And so when we implemented the system, which we implemented it very, very late in development, we didn't have a lot of resources to just do whatever we wanted. We had to sort of stick within the limits of what certain systems were capable of doing, but basically what the facility system was capable of doing. And the mission system to a degree, just the systems that we already had. And so, we had already built into the game the idea that, the power and water were just simple buffs, really easy things to assign using any system in the game, that could potentially provide power and water. And so it was going to be no big deal for us to make a boon do that. But most of the other things that you could imagine a boon doing, we had never built. And so we kind of had to come up with a set of boons that would sort of work using very limited resources. And so that's what we did. So that's the boon system you have, is one really good boon that we built the entire thing around, and then 3 more that we just sort of improvised because, I don't know, we had to make it work. Which is, not the best way for a system to work. It's better than nothing, but, really wish it had been a little better than that. And so that's why like right now we're working on the infestation system, with the stuff we're doing in the PTR. Oops. Dang it. Get good. Okay, apparently everybody wants to come down here for some reason. Let's get out of here. Heading home with 1,000,000 rucksacks. What was I talking about? I forgot. Anyway, so in the PTR, we're working on infestations and sieges and hordes and stuff like that right now because we feel like, especially in the wake of Plague Territory, there was still a lot of, clear missing pieces in the way you interact with the enemy on the map. And I think that's one of the most important things for us to get right is your relationship with the enemy. And so, so we're putting a lot of our effort into that. But the boons have always been sort of one of those systems where we're like, this is half-baked. This is like, it's there, it's serving its purpose. We're glad we have something in that slot, but we could have something much better in that slot. And so, again, without making any specific promises, because this is an unsolved problem. We haven't decided how we're approaching this. I could definitely see us wanting to focus on that person. It might be the next level down of big important problem, big important gap that we ought to try to resolve. So, okay, I've passed everything inside.
Could be a problem later.
Now let's have a look at what we're capable of doing now. So one thing we definitely want to try to do is manufacture ourselves a toolkit. I have been mulching my weapons to try to make sure I've got enough parts, so we can actually keep our vehicles in good repair. So let me go grab that and just work my mechanical magic. Coalition says that he's found a way to make enclaves give multiple bonuses. I could see... If you found a way to make them to go through missions that make them your allies more than once, if there's a way to do that, that would give you multiple bonuses from the same enclave. That's a good point. There probably aren't a lot of ways to do that, but that would totally work. We're going to upgrade our workshop. Does anything else need an upgrade? I think not. Yeah, I think the field hospital just is great. Command center is already command center 2. Oh, wait, okay. With more okay, I need more circuitry first, but I can get one more outpost if I upgrade to command center 3. So I still need more materials, and I need to get scraps of circuitry, which means I'll need to go and raid some power stations and stuff like that. So that seems worthwhile. Those boosts are still active. Do I need to turn the... No, I don't need to turn the water on. See, I think that I've done everything I need to do in my facilities. So yeah, this guy, he's not in the greatest physical shape, so we'll probably want to switch him out for somebody. Let's see. So I am running out of time. I've got a meeting that I need to get to, but this is Playtest Thursday as we're shooting this. If you're watching this later on YouTube, this could be any day. I don't know what day it is for you. For me, it's Playtest Thursday, which means I'm going to be coming back this afternoon to play a little bit more. So let's switch to Izzad. Izzad will be our hero next time. Let's just get a real nice close-up on Izzad's face. Hello there, Izzad. Just right up there in your face. And then for now, let's take a break. I'm gonna have a look at the chat real quick and see what other folks are asking. So Cogs says, you and Sunny haven't mentioned anything about more save slots in a while. Has that been nixed? No, that has not been nixed. I also haven't made any promises about it. So let's just stay solidly neutral on that question. That is, I've said before, we have more maps now than save slots by 2. And so if a player wanted to have a community in each map, they could when the game was first released. and now they can't. That seems like a problem, that a player who, really loves to play State of Decay 2, has this as a major hobby in their lives, will probably want the ability to, to have access to all of this content at once. And so it's kind of silly that our number of save slots is so limited. So that is something that I would love to fix at some point. But, again, no specific promises. Wait a minute. The Coalition is saying a bunch of stuff, and I have no idea what you're referring to. Let's see here. So they're still talking with Raneth Gord and other folks in the chat about the possibility of kind of overplaying with enclaves and getting more advantages out of them than you normally could. So that's not a bad suggestion, Coalition, letting you sort of like invest more and more deeply, almost the way that you can upgrade outposts, being able to invest more deeply in an enclave to get more benefits out of that enclave. Thing is, like, one thing I would love to do at some point is transition to a model where an enclave has got an intrinsic bonus or set of bonuses that they offer, and you can know them up front, and you can decide to engage with that enclave in order to earn those bonuses. I would love for the game to work that way. It feels like a really missed opportunity that basically what we have instead is a mission just sort of assigning a random benefit to an enclave that is unpredictable, that that is not necessarily themed to what you know about that enclave. It kind of undermines the idea of the enclaves having identities of their own beyond the few that actually do have specific stories that they tell. And that just feels like a missed opportunity to make the enclaves, more interesting. So yeah, it's Coalition. That's not impossible. The idea of having missions with existing allies give you additional benefits. The main problem with that right now is that we do not have a system for tracking how often you've done that or limiting how many benefits an enclave can give you. And so while we could, with just the mission system, assign any number of enclave benefits to you over time, I think we would need to have something in the code that is keeping track of that and keeping that from becoming excessive, because right now, there's no way to limit it that I can think of that would work with the tools that we have. So it would be a bigger feature. What you're asking for would be a bigger feature than just creating a bunch of new mission content. Which is why we probably wouldn't immediately do it up front. Okay, I am fully out of time. Yeah. So Chadab makes one more point, though, that it would be nice if enclaves could grow or at least not disband when you recruit from them. I agree. The fact that they disband when you recruit from them is weird and annoying. There's reasons for it. I've explained them before, and I get those reasons, but it feels a little bit more like, we're trying to cover our butts about potential bugs, which is different from having like a positive motivation for a system working a certain way. And it's important to cover your butt from bugs. Bugs can do a lot of damage to a butt, but it's still, it's not the most satisfying way for the system to work. I agree, and so I'd love to just do an overhaul of enclaves at some point in the future in general, but we don't have any specific plans to do that. So no clickbait from that quote, Sonny. Okay, Sonny, I love your videos. I'm giving you a lot of crap because of that last one. But yeah, no, you're a lot of fun. So when you watch this video eventually, Sonny, keep doing what you do. It's great. I have a good time with it. I enjoy being quoted, even if the thumbnail makes it feel a little bit like I was misquoted. I still, I'm enough of a narcissist that I enjoy you clipping my videos. Anyway, okay, we really do have to go. So, end screen stuff. Subscribe button, links to other videos. This afternoon's video is going right there.